Hello everyone, here we go, Friday night. Thank you so much for being with me tonight. This is the first actual live video, apart from my Tuesday one where I was still very jet lagged. I'm slowly getting back to normal, but it's so nice to be back with you live. It's very exciting. And on Tuesday, I didn't actually end up creating anything. I just showed my swaps and some bits and pieces. I'm going to show you a few more things tonight that we've made, that I've received during the time I was away, things I didn't show you on Tuesday. And we'll also have a little bit of a look at some new stuff. If anyone's been paying attention, the title of this video is Cool Ways to Use Sketches in Your Card Making. And I'm going to talk about that. I mentioned it a little bit on Tuesday, but we're going to talk about it a little bit more tonight. Hello everyone, nice to see we have a really good crowd here already, and I see quite a few have been here chatting even before I arrived, so that's nice. Margaret, I'm sorry to hear that you're having troubles with your leg. I hope it's better, and I hope the doctor can give you some good advice next week and help you out. I'm so sorry. Nice Spanish, Cherie. And thanks to my week in Mexico, I actually kind of understand a little bit of that. I think I would need to be there a lot longer to actually pick up the language, but there was a few phrases and words that I got to know while I was there. So that's pretty cool. I actually think I'm someone who I do like different languages and learning new languages, and I really should commit myself to learning. I often thought I'd like to learn Italian. Or Spanish would be a close second. I think Spanish is probably more useful. It's used in more parts of the world, but Italian is also a really nice language to listen to. Oh, Nicole, you're not well either. Oh, but you did get a good night's sleep. I'm still waiting for that. 2 nights ago, I woke up at 2:15 or 2:11 to be precise, and then was awake until about 6. And then got a couple more hours sleep. Last night I woke up at 3:15, so it's getting better. But then I got about another hour between 7 and 8 this morning. So I'm a little bit all over the place. My brain obviously has not decided yet that it's back in this part of the world, in the southern hemisphere, and it's still trying to operate on northern hemisphere time, but that's not working so well. So I am looking forward to getting a good night's sleep myself. So nice to see you all. I'm so sorry if I'm not going to go through everyone's names tonight. Just that we have a good crowd here already, and there's just no way, right? Yes. Was there 2 Margarets or is there 3? Has the third Margaret put a hand up yet? We have 3 and sometimes 4 Margarets that watch. So if you're a Margaret, nice to have you with us. And if you're not a Margaret, that's okay. We're still glad to have you. So all right, let's get started. I'll switch over to the desk and let's have a little look at what I want to play around with tonight. Here we go. Donna, you have a cold. That's no good. I'm sorry to hear that. I've got my warmer things on tonight. It's very strange. Last week it was, in Celsius, it was around about low 30s, but very humid where we were. And then we had the day we went to Chichen Itza. That day was really, really hot. I don't know exactly, but somewhere up closer to 40 degrees, really hot out there. And then we're back to, I don't know, it's on its way back to winter here in Australia. So, yeah, it's a bit of a shock, really. All right. So excited that I can actually show you the inside of the new catalogue now. That's pretty cool. This catalogue it's quite a departure from other catalogues, and some of you have probably noticed this. It's very, very different. I actually really love it. It's really fresh to me, and I like that, but I am still learning how to find things. So thankfully, we do have a really good index up the back here. So just turn a couple of pages inside and you'll see on page 140, there's an index, and it goes through all the dies. Embossing folders shows you where to find those, your inks and colouring, your cards and envelopes and designer series paper, punches, stamp sets. And those, like stamp sets, are all alphabetical. Dies are alphabetical. So it makes it really easy to find things. There's only a couple of things that I think got missed. Wink of Stella, if you're wondering, isn't anywhere in the index, but that's okay because it actually is. I think it's page 111. Yep. Okay, it talks about Wink of Stella here and has the item code. So it's in there. If you can't find it in the index, chances are it's in there. But yeah, it's just a different style, and definitely it's a bit of fun finding everything at the moment. So I'm still getting used to it myself. But anyway, there's a lot of things I like. One of the things I like, and I did talk about a couple of them the other day, is the fact that they've got techniques in the back here. Like, for example, this is all about blending, using your blends markers. Okay. Then we have our color wheel. There's different, like this one is all about texture, this double page spread. So it talks about different ways to get texture on your cards, such as embossing paste, and then heat embossing, that kind of stuff, how to get texture. And then you keep going back. This is all about masking. This is about shaker cards. So it's really, really cool that they've actually put different techniques in. And as you guys know, I love techniques, right? I like the layout too. I think you guys are right. And I think a lot of people who weren't sure at first are warming up to it. So, yeah, if you haven't warmed up to it yet, that's okay. It will happen. All right, watercolor techniques here and so on. All right, but what I wanted to do is go to page 22. All right, and if you have your catalog, turn with me to page 22. I talked about these the other day. On page 22, we have 20. It's easy to remember because there's 22 sketches here, and that's how you remember where to find them, because it's 22 sketches on page 22. Okay, you won't forget that, and it's got all these different sketches. And what I would like to do is I would like each week to tackle a sketch, okay, and show you how you might work with the sketch to come up with a great card design. Sketches are fantastic if you don't have, if you're not sure what to do. Quite often we sit down, we think, oh, I'd like to make a card. I sit down at my desk and I think, oh, I have no idea where to start. What do I do? Following challenges is great. So it might be a color challenge. It might be a limited supplies challenge. There's all sorts of different kinds of challenges. But one of the things you can do is do a sketch. Okay, so this is a really great resource if you're not sure what to do. It's a fantastic way to get you started. So I'm going to start with the very first one. And what I've got here is I've got a picture of it. This is actually the sketch that is here. You might see it. This one here on page 22. Okay, and I've just got it blown up bigger so that it's easier for us to follow. So I want to show you a couple of things about sketches. First of all, just because you have a sketch doesn't mean you have to stick religiously to it. It is to inspire you, okay? Now, some people like to do the sketch exactly as it's shown, and that's fine. You can do that. However, if you're someone who just wants to, you might decide, for example, that you want to use circles instead of rectangles. You like the idea of this, but you want to change it up and change the shapes. You can do that. Or it's showing here as a portrait thing. You might decide you want to do it this way. Okay, you want to maybe make it landscape and you want to have it going from, these pieces left to right. Now, can I just tell you that this particular sketch is a little bit of a struggle for me, because I would say I'm a very straight and simple crafter. Okay, I like straight lines. And when they have things like this rectangle here is slightly this way and this one is slightly this way, so they're sort of at angles, I struggle with that. Okay, so this is actually a really good sketch for me to sort of get outside my comfort zone a little bit, because that's when you tend to come up with the best ideas, in my opinion. So this is the one we're going to do, and we've got a few different designs here. I could do 2 completely different cards tonight. I may end up doing that, but I'm going to start with one. So I'm going to start with, let me grab a piece of basic white card. Okay, so this is basic white thick cardstock, and I've cut a half a sheet of A4 or letter size if that's what you've got, and then you're going to fold that half sheet in half again. I'm just going to use my bone folder to give us a nice flat edge. So this is my basic card shape. Okay, and then I'm thinking tonight I'm going to start with some in color stuff. And there's a number of things we could do. Now, these are the in-colored papers. They are 6 by 6, and you can see all the different colours that we have here. The colours are, let me make sure I've got this right, Summer Splash, Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, Shy Shamrock, and Petunia Pop. They're the 5 new colours. I love these colours, guys. They're so fresh, and I haven't had, I haven't had to think hard about how to put them together because they all match each other. You don't have to do much at all. Okay, so I'm going to start. I just actually pulled out a piece, the first piece of in color paper that came to my mind. This is Summer Splash. You can see it's the same color here. It's quite similar to Coastal Cabana, a little bit different, but it's very similar. Okay, and I'm going to cut a card front piece. So this is 10 centimeters by 14.3, and that's going to be exactly the right size. Oh, I think that's already the right. Yeah, it is right. All right, so that piece is actually going to go here. Now, this is an optional thing because actually on my sketch, there isn't an extra layer here. So I'm adding this, but you don't have to. All right, you could just do it on the white base, or you could have made this base this color. All right, so you don't have to start with a white base, but I'm adding an extra layer just because I want to, because you don't have to follow the sketch completely religiously. Okay, they are beautiful colors, aren't they, Donna? I think super, super nice. You struggle with straight too? Well, there you go. You know, that's sometimes people maybe prefer something that's a little bit off kilter because they're more comfortable with that. I don't know. If you struggle with getting things straight, then yeah, maybe that's the way you want to go. So I'm actually going to pull out, which paper will I use? I'm wanting to use, I think I want to use this one with the leaves, and this one's already cut. So let's see how, that's actually more of a square piece under there, but I don't know if I want to do a square piece. I'm thinking I'd like to do it rectangular. So I'm going to actually, you know, change the sketch around to suit myself. All right, let's see how wide this is. So I'm going to make it 4 centimeters. And I think this is 4 inches. This is, yeah, and this is 3. So this is half a sheet of 6 by 6. And then I've cut it at the 4-inch mark. Okay. If you're wondering why I'm using inches and not centimeters, it's just, it's 6 by 6 paper. So sometimes it's easier. So let's get this white piece out of the way for now. And then this piece you can see is at a slight angle. So it's going to end up kind of like this. All right. So that's the kind of the angle it's going to be at. So already I'm thinking to myself, I don't know how comfortable I am with that, but that's okay. Then I've got a piece of white here that's got a bit of a mark on it, so might as well use it. All right, let's see. Now this one I might make it slightly longer. Let's make this 4.5, and then I'm going to get rid of that little piece with the blotch on it. And let me see. And there's a couple of marks on this paper. Maybe I should have picked a different piece of paper. Hey, I can turn it over. So that'd be fine. All right, so this one is 3. I'm going to go this one. The bottom one was 3 inches across, so I'm going to go with this one at the same measurement, and we'll just see. So basically, I'm making this up as I go. So now, the only thing is I feel like I'm covering up too much of that beautiful piece underneath, really. So I'm going to make this maybe a little shorter, a little smaller. So let's bring it down to the same length as the other piece. And if we need to make it a little bit shorter again, that would be fine. And I might even, instead of 3, I'm going to make it 2 3/4. All right, so that's better. Now I can see a bit more of the paper underneath. Like so. All right, so you can see right now that I'm going to struggle with this a little bit because it's crooked, and I don't really like crooked, but anyway, I may end up cutting this down more. I'm going to stamp on this piece, and for this I'm going to use the gorgeous Spotlight on Nature set. I love the dies that go with this. Let me grab them for you because they're worth a look. Spotlight on Nature is a new set from the new catalogue, and it's these beautiful stamps. It is a cling stamp, so that means it's rubber, not photopolymer. So when you open it up, you'll see they're rubber stamps, but I've had a huge amount of use out of them already. The dies, though, are absolutely fantastic. I think these are one of the stunners, one of the really fantastic new sets we have. So you've got these, how many are there? 12. All right, so 12, 6 on this piece and then 6 on this piece. So you've got all these gorgeous circles, and they've got different. So this one's got like little radiating, I don't know what you call them. Like it embosses that edge, little radiating I don't know what the word is, but anyway, maybe that's my brain not working properly still. I'm gonna use jet lag as my excuse for about the first week, because that way I don't have to come up with any other kind of excuse for why my brain can't find the right words. And then we have these ones here with flowers, kind of little flowers, and then these ones with dashes and dots. Reminds me of Morse code. And they're just so nice. Fantastic dies. I've been using them a lot already, but I'm not using them on this card today. But I am going to use these. So I'm wondering whether I should go, well, let's go for this. I'm going to put this one onto, this is block E. That's about the right size for that. And I'm going to go with Shy Shamrock. Shy Shamrock is the darker green. So darker green is, it's a bit darker than the Summer Splash. So that should help it stand out a little bit more. So you just bought the dies. I think that's fantastic, Leslie. And you can just get the dies if you want to. There's nothing that says you have to have the stamps as well. But I do like these stamps. I think these are really super nice. All right, I'm going to just put this right here in the middle, like so. And I probably will color it in, but I haven't even thought too much about that yet. And then I also have these ones here. And I might put a few of those around as well. So let's have a look. I think, what have I got? I'll put that on E as well. Why not? And let's use Summer Splash. Now, while I'm thinking about all the new in colors, I need to tell you guys we have an amazing joining special at the moment. You know what? I've just decided I want to stamp this off. So I'm actually going to use the back of my sketch sheet and stamp this off because I want it a little bit lighter. The two colors are really nice together. Just like that. And I'm thinking maybe, I wonder if a little bit of blending would be nice on this. It probably would. And I'm wondering what color I should use that. So at the moment we're going very kind of monochrome, like really staying with a single color theme, but it's really pretty. So I do like that. Now, will we color in the flowers? I feel like we should. And what colors will we go with? How about, I want something a little bit light, maybe some lemon lolly or bubble bath. So that would be nice. This would be nice. Ooh, too many choices. What do you guys think? Which colors would be good to color the flowers? You had to take them out again? I understand. Yeah, I agree, Nicole. I got these those dies. Well, actually, I didn't get the dies. I got, yeah, no idea. I got them as part of the special crafting night that we did, and I think that was really nice. Okay, yellow says Leslie, lemon lolly. So, yep, there we go. Yellow. And Suzanne, no, Suzanne said Petunia Pop. Sorry, Sheila's got yellow. Yeah, we've got a few, but the yellow was the first. So I'm just going to color this in a little bit. And we'll go with the darker one there. Actually, I'll do both at the same time. It's not a lot of coloring. And let's add the lighter color. Just going to, so I'm using I've used my darker blends there at the bottom, and now I'm using my lighter ones. And they work best if you have them, both the dark and the light are wet. So that's why I don't do a lot of coloring before I come back in. But on this you can't see it all that well anyway, because I think the yellow, that's going to go over the bottom. That's better, I think. And then I'm just going to do the top of my other flower. There we go. And I'm happy with that. I think it looks good. Just like that. We just needed a pop of colour. All right. So Now, if you wanted to fancy this up a little bit, you could add, you know, like a very short, a very small mat around it. That would be nice, but I'm not going to worry about that. And you know what? Just to make this stand out a little bit more, I'm going to take my blend and I'm just going to do the outside edge. I'm doing it with the yellow, just to make that edge a little bit more visible. There we go. It does help. Gives it a little bit more of a pop. All right, so let's put this on. I'm going to use you can use whatever glue you like. I'm using Tombow liquid glue, multi-purpose glue, whatever you. When you go looking for this, don't ever try and search for it in the online store with the word Tombow. You won't find it. It's under. Actually, I need to make sure I'm putting this on the right way. It's under multi-purpose liquid glue. So if you search for the word multi or multi-purpose, it will come up. Right, so I'm going to have this one here so you can see a little bit of the leaves around the edge, and that's kind of nice. And I'm going to put this on dimensionals. So let me grab some of those. Dimensionals are optional, but I like to use dimensionals wherever I can because I just think that makes your cards, I don't know, takes them up a notch, makes them look professional. So we like that, right? Oh, hey, Gina, nice to see you. Do we have any other first-timers here tonight? Do we have anyone? If you haven't said hello before, pop in and say hi. We have the loveliest, friendliest group of girls, well, I shouldn't say girls, of people here on this, in this community. They are absolutely fantastic. All right, now, I also want to have, and I could do this a number of ways. I'm wondering which is the best way to do it. Let me grab my Shy Shamrock. This is Shy Shamrock. So I've got that in the blends, and I'm cheating tonight. I'm just going to go with my darker one. I'm going to go right around the whole thing. The other thing you could do, of course, is use a sponge dauber and some ink, or you could run it around in your ink pad. There's a whole bunch of different ways to get color around the edges of your cards. This is just me being really lazy because it's a very easy way to do it. Whoops, made a mess, but oh well. That's okay. All right, so I could put, with our sketch, you can see that we've got a banner going across here, okay? And we could easily put, a banner across that with white, or we could put one on green and emboss on it, which is probably would stand out more. Like if I put white on here, it's going to be okay, but it's not going to stand out as much. Then again, if I'm cutting it out of, say, for example, with the stylish shapes dies, which are still around, hallelujah, that's such a good thing. You could use other shapes. You don't have to use, for example, I've got, this just happens to be left over from another card. I could put this shape on here, and that would be quite nice. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of different ways. But if you notice, this piece is on an angle, but the banner is straight. And I kind of like that because then it makes it look like I haven't made a mistake putting this down like this. It looks like it's meant to be like that. I did just think too, something I did think is I've got these. These are great little stamps. There's a crosshatch here, but no, probably not on here. But I do have some little bit of splatter or dottage, as some people like to call it. There are no dies for the stamps, yeah, but I love the dies we do have, which are the circles. So I'm actually okay with that. I know what you mean, though. It would be nice if they matched up with the stamps, but instead it's more like giving you other options. A smaller banner, I agree. Now the question will be though is if I'm going to cut it out of white, or if I'm going to, if I'm going to cut it out of white, then I would probably use, see, this is Summer Splash, and I would use maybe some Summer Splash glitter on here, which would look really, really nice. But I like this little splatter stamp, and I'm deciding whether to use the green, like the darker green, or whether to go in with the yellow. I feel like maybe there's enough yellow on there, though. So let's have a little look at the Shy Shamrock and maybe add a few a few little tiny bits of splatter. This is a really nice, and look, see when I use this, this is why you really want to always check before you stamp. See how I've got some ink sitting there on my rubber? I don't really want that around there. Yes, I should use a tissue or something else, but I just use my finger because I'm lazy like that. All right, I'm just going to put a little bit of splatter around this. Let's see, which way will we go? And only a little bit here and there. Just a little bit. I think that's rather nice. I'm wondering whether I want to have any at the top, but I don't know that I do. Oh, look, I can't help myself. All right, so just a little bit of a splattery thing going on there. It's kind of nice. Oh, that would be nice. That'd be lovely. Second generation black dottage. Oh, that would be good. All right, so I'm just going to leave it like that. But I'm thinking maybe I will get my, let me see, some Shy Shamrock paper, and I'm thinking that might be rather nice. This is what I used for my, oh, and I might even have one. This was left over from my, I'm not going to use this one, but this was left over from my birdhouse swap that I showed you guys the other day. And see, that would look nice on there. See how nice that is? That's just white. And I promise you, I didn't even think of that until just now. But that would be quite nice on that little shape right there. Or I could do, if you think that that is too big, we could go with the long thin banner from the Stylish Shapes guys. Oh, is it? On page 23. Let's have a look. Page 23, Marilyn. You've got an eagle eye. Let's have a look. This one. This one. Yeah, it is similar, isn't it? They've done a little bit differently. So they didn't put a layer on. They just used the base card, the card front layer, the card folded card layer. And then they've used the stripy paper in the background, the leaf paper on top, and then they've got a banner, like just a straight banner with a ripped edge, or maybe it's not ripped, it's cut on an angle. So that's kind of nice too. Very simple. Okay, so you could come up with so many different types of cards using this kind of a thing. Okay, so if I was going to go with a banner, I would use, I'm just going through, let's have a look, probably this one like this, and that would be this shape. All right, so that would be nice as well. So we could go with this. Now, because we've got lots of leaves down here, we could get away with doing it in white, or we could do it on the green and emboss our sentiment in white. What do you guys think? What do you think would look good? Oh, thanks, Gail. Thank you so much. Yeah, it is good to be home, even though I had such an amazing time. I really did. I had such a great time. So while we're just deciding which one, what's the set of 2 banner dies? I don't have those, Leslie. I know the ones you mean. They're an online exclusive. I don't happen to have those, but I know exactly which one you think. You think white, Cherie. All right. Well, white it is. All right. Now, do we want to go with this kind of a shape here, or do we want to go with like a shape like so? What do you guys think? I'm wondering if this is maybe a bit big. I think it's too big. Yeah, I'm not keen on that. So I would think probably this shape. But what I might do, because emboss the sentiment in white. You like the green. You like the green. What color is the new embossing powder? I don't have all the new embossing powders yet, but we do have some. Well, they were actually out of stock. Let me have a quick look and see whether they're back in. Looking right now into our inventory status report. Well, they're not showing us out of stock, so they might be in. So the new embossing powders, let me just look up the number and grab that information for you. There's a pack of 3, which are they're a different brand to what we used to have, but basically if you have the old ones, they're the same. So the basics one is Looks like black, white, and clear. That's what I believe it is. Now, the other one is metallics, and that is copper, gold, and silver. And that's what we had before as well, but this is a different brand. Okay, they're called Wow embossing powders. I don't know if they're more wow than they were before. If they are, that'd be nice, but I don't know that they needed to be any more wow than they were. So I'm thinking about using the Thanks. We've also got the Dear Friend, but I'm worried the Dear Friend won't fit as well into this particular banner. So let me stamp this with my Shy Shamrock. And what were people saying? Let me have a quick look, go back and look at the comments. So people were saying, when Cherie said white, did you mean white piece of paper with the stamp on it, Cherie, or did you mean white embossing on a green banner? Because you were the first to comment. So, see, now this one just fits, all right? So I could get that to fit. But what I would probably do is, instead of putting it right in the middle, probably put it to one side. Now, if you have a little look at my original sketch, see how they've got a ribbon or twine or whatever this is here on the right hand side. So I'm going to put my greeting on the left hand side, and we'll do it just like that. Actually, I probably should have, let me turn that over. And I'm going to stamp that again because I've not really given myself enough room. So let's try that again. That's better, I think. And that gives me a bit more room. So I will quickly cut this out with my cut and emboss machine. Excellent quality. Thank you for saying that, Nicole. I've not come across them before, so that's good for me to know as well. I hadn't heard that. Quickly whip this through the machine. And let's see how we go. Take it out of the die. And you can see, now what I'm thinking, to highlight this more, to make it stand out more, I'm going to use a little bit of the glitter paper. And I'm also going to put it up on dimensionals because I think that'd be nice as well. So let's do that. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Oh, it's the only brand of embossing powder you use. That's good to know. Well, I'm learning something too, see? All right, so I'm going to put this on my grid paper so it's straight, and then I line this up. Hang on, let me see if I've got it straight. Not quite. Right, so I feel like I need some twine or something right about here. And then let's have a little look. What have I got that I could use? I'm looking at my twines. Of course, I could just use linen thread. Linen thread is always great. I have actually got Shy Shamrock ribbon, but that's probably too big, I think, for this spot. Another thing I could do if I didn't want to add a ribbon would be to add like some embellishments there, some like gems or diamantes or something like that. Let me just tie this ribbon and see if it's going to look okay. I don't know if it will. Right, so if I wanted to have this, I could just pop it right about here on an angle probably, which would be in keeping with the rest of the card. So that's the Shy Shamrock. This is the Shy Shamrock ribbon. All the new colors come in the ribbons, and I keep getting distracted. What I was trying to tell you before is, if anyone's ever thought about joining as a demonstrator, right now would be a fantastic time, because you get, in addition to, let me just show it to you, in addition to all the things that you get in a kit, you also get on top of that value, so you get $235 worth of product for only $169, and then they give you this as well, which is all of the new colors in all the inks, the new in color 6x6 paper, the in color cardstock for all of these colors, and also the in color markers for these colors. So that's an extra $144 worth of value that you're going to get for free, and you get free shipping. So it's a really, really good deal. It goes all this month. And if you're thinking, oh, those things are on my wish list, I was going to get the colors, then maybe this is the thing that you should look at getting, because it's such a great deal. Okay. And I wouldn't be doing my job properly if I didn't help you get the most value you possibly can from Stampin' Up. And right now, this would be the best value you can get. So if anyone has any questions or is interested in that deal, just reach out, send me a message, and I will give you any information that you might need. So I'm wondering, this doesn't look too bad. I was going to go with a like twine, but I'm wondering if that looks okay. Just having a little look to see what people are saying. Ah, yes. Mind you, you can emboss in any color. I did a video about that a couple of months ago with Versamark and our regular inks. So, yes, it definitely needs bling for sure, Jody. Just having a little look here. Well, we could do white twine. Wouldn't it be nice if we could join twice? Yep. It is one of the best value kits we've ever had. I agree, Cherie. It's fantastic. You like the ribbon, Salvaga? Yeah, I'm liking it too. So I'm thinking maybe I just stick with that for now. And it's already tied, so maybe I'm just going to go with it. So I'm going to cut this off with my ribbon scissors. I like that this ribbon has like a, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see how it's got like a nice stitched edge? Isn't that lovely? And like it comes in all the new colors. And when I say it comes in the new colors, I mean all the new ink colors, but it also comes in one other color. Some of you may already know this, and I do have that other color here to show you. It only has just arrived while I've been away, and I haven't even used it yet. But look at this color. Anyone recognize it? This is a brand new color that came out in our new catalog, which is an add-on to our basics, and this is the basic beige. Okay, it has cardstock, ink, the ribbon, and I'm just trying to think what else it has, but it's very, very cool to have a brand new color to work with. It reminds me a little bit of Sahara Sand, which I've been missing, but it's more, it's not as, doesn't have as much green to it as the Sahara Sand did. I really like it, and it goes with lots of things. We might use that on our next project. So let me just pop this here. And what will we do for bling? Do you know I'm still waiting for my next order, which has got quite a bit of new bling in it. I don't have all the blings, but let me just have a look and see. We do have, maybe I'll go with the gems. These gems are fantastic, and these come in all the new colors. So we could go with our new colors in here, or I could find something in maybe gold. Just having a look to see if I've got anything else that's a little bit more neutral, maybe. But these, of course, are going to go. Maybe I'll just make do with the summer splash ones, because those are really nice. I'm missing my rhinestones, you guys. We still have basic rhinestones. Those are still around, but the iridescent rhinestones have been discontinued. And I did love them very much, as you probably knew. All right, I think I will just make do with these. Have I missed a comment? I cut the ribbon at an angle. Sorry, I beg your pardon. You know what? You can go either way. I have cut it on an angle for this particular card, but I quite like it cut straight too, and you can fray the ends as well, which is nice. So will we go with the green, or will we go like the Shy Shamrock, or will we go with the Summer Splash? You can see the Summer Splash are a little bit lighter and more aqua. Summer Splash, says Jody. And Yellow Bling, says Anne. And I don't have very much, I've realised, in the way of Yellow Bling. We did have some Lemon Lolly that were in the last... Oh, I tell you what I do have. Ah, I know what I have. I've got some of the adhesive backed sequins that are part of the zinnia set, and see, we have those in yellow. Those would be nice. What do you think? How about that? Let me get this. I've got bits of bling everywhere. I think these might be a go, because then I can sort of keep with the yellow theme but not go overboard. So let's grab my take your pick tool. Actually, no. I'll use my scissors. And I'm going to go with a large one here. Where will I put them all? I think maybe just down here, and then maybe a couple of little guys up here. What do we think? Does this meet your approval, Jody? Do we like that? There we go with the yellow. All right. So those are the shiny adhesive back sequins that match the zinnia stuff, and you won't find these in a catalogue. They're online in the online store. So if you type in sequins when you're doing a search, you'll see them come up. All right. So I'm going to pop this now onto my card base. It shows a colour wheel in a project, but when you look at the colour wheel, it doesn't match. Oh, I don't know, Elizabeth. You're throwing a question at me that I don't know, but hang on a second and let's have a look at it together and see if we can work it out. It could be something not correct, but I don't know about that. So, all right, so there we go. We have this, and I feel like I want to do something with basic beige next. That might be a good idea. Basic beige is such a great colour because it goes with pretty much everything, like Sahara Sand used to do. Oh, you like it? Thank you. I think it turned out okay. All right, so the question from Elizabeth. Page 65, it shows a colour wheel in a project, but when you look at the colour wheel, it doesn't match. All right, so let's have a look and see if we can work it out. Page 65. Have I got the right one? Page 65. Thank you, girls. Appreciate that. Yeah, like lemon lime would work as well. Okay. Hey, Kathy, thank you for sharing my video. If anyone wants to share, I welcome that. That's a great way to get me out to more people. And, of course, I'm always trying to reach more people because, you know, that's how it works, right? All right. So you said 65 and the color wheel. You might need to help me up in the – oh, right. Okay. Do you know I hadn't even noticed that? I think these feature a few places and I need to get my head around how that works. So you're saying it doesn't match when you look at the color wheel. Do you mean the actual color wheel? So this one's got orange and the orange looks like Calypso Coral and this looks like Pretty Peacock, which they've got both those colors in there. I can see that. And here we have Petunia Pop and what looks like Granny Apple Green, and you can see they've used those two colors as well. So one of the things that they have told us, if you turn over to where the color wheel is, which is up the back here, let me just find it for you. It's on page 132. And one of the things it talks about is if you have colors that are complementary, so like these ones here at the top of 133, it gives you a really great contrast between the two colors. Okay, so for example, Petunia Pop, and in fact that's the same two colors, Petunia Pop and Granny Apple Green, that's those two right there. And it's showing you that if you put them together, it's going to make your project pop. Okay, so as it says, opposites attract. Try pairing colors that are opposite each other on the color wheel to create a fun, bold contrast. So am I not seeing? Yes. So this is so you're saying it doesn't match this. So this is Petunia Pop and Granny Apple Green. Those two, those definitely are the right one. And I'm looking to see what else. So the other one was Calypso Coral and Pretty Peacock. Calypso Coral. Yeah, so Pretty Peacock is actually not, if that's what they're going for, it's not quite the right one. Unless I'm seeing, maybe it's not Pretty Peacock. Maybe it's, no, I think it is. So yeah, it doesn't perfectly match up. I mean, it's similar in that you've got this group with this group. They're kind of opposite, but not exactly opposite. So I don't know. Oh, how come we ended up with with two screens? Let me go back to one. I don't know how that happened. All right. Sometimes my phone does weird things. All right. Oh, is that okay? So maybe I didn't understand correctly. So could be, Sean. That's another possibility. Yeah. But I think working with the color wheel is going to give us so many great ideas and really, really fun ways of doing color that we haven't thought of before, and fun combinations that we haven't thought of before. It only just jumped. Yeah, I looked up and I could see two of myself, and that's not what I wanted. All right, so let's do another card really, really quickly. I'm going to use the same sketch. Now, I'm not going to do a sketch every single time I do. I thought I'll probably do one once a week. You know, maybe it'll be a Friday night, maybe it'll be Sunday night, but I'll do one once a week. But I wanted to show you that you can use the sketch to come up with completely different ideas. So let's go a little bit simpler, and let's grab another piece of cardstock. That's basic white, and what I want is basic white thick. So let me grab one of those. All right. And let's bring this over. And let's go with new colors again, just because we can. And I love showing you new stuff. You know I do, right? All right, I'm going to move these colors out of the way. And let's bring in... All right, I'm going to let you guys choose. I'm going to clean up these stamps. So I've got 4 stamps here that have got ink on them, and I just need to give them a clean. So let me bring in my scrub, and let's get this cleaned up. And this time I'm going to go really simple. I'm just going to use my card base and some other color, some layers on top of my card base. All right, so we're going to go just white. I could have gone with any color, but I've gone really simple. And I do like quite a lot of white in my creations. I find that using white, well, something I've discovered is every time I do a white card and I post it on Instagram, it tends to get lots of likes. It gets a lot of attention. And I think it's just because white seems to show up really well on, you know, Instagram. You've got a lot of different cards and different projects and things competing for attention on Instagram, and for some reason white stands out. So that's one of the reasons why I like it. All right, I haven't decided what exactly I'm going to do, but let's choose. Let's choose between the Unbounded Beauty, all right, which is all new colors again. The Unbounded Beauty Suite is the one I'm probably going to do with for Craft Along, because it's using all the new colors, and I want to try and use the new colors this month. So this is Pretty in Pink. Look how beautiful that is. It's stunning. Then we have Petunia Pop, and there's also, just trying to remember, is it Blackberry Bliss? No, it's Berry Burst in there as well. And on the back we've got Pretty in Pink and Peach Pie. This is Calypso Coral in there. And on the back we've got Summer Splash and Shy Shamrock. All the new colours in this piece. And on the back we've got Summer Splash and Shy Shamrock again. Thanks, Stampin' Up, for making the colours all start with S and S's and H's, so that people like me with lisps can't really say anything, but that's okay. Everyone can just laugh at me. That'll be fine. Summer Splash and Petunia Pop and Pretty in Pink on this one. Really, really pretty. And on the back, there's your Petunia Pop. Aren't these great? I agree. That's true. That it doesn't look like it's quite pretty. It's definitely Pretty in Peacock, but it's not quite right on the color wheel. It's close, but not exactly. But I guess that's part of the process. It doesn't have to be exact to still look great. You can have it slightly off, you know. Hi, Chris. Never too late. That's completely fine. All right, so there's these. These are great. And the other option, all right, is these. All right, now these are not new colors necessarily, but these papers are beautiful. These are the new ones called Thoughtful Journey, and they are stunning. Really, really, really pretty. Love them. I don't have the matching stamp set yet, whereas I do have all the Unbounded Beauty stuff, but I am going to get them at some point. But aren't these nice? Look at the backs too. The backs are fabulous. So, you haven't seen much done in peach pie. Well, we could do something in peach pie. How about we do that? And this, maybe we'll save this one for another card soon. We might do that. Because if you want to do peach pie, that means I need to come back to this paper. And let's pull. So this is peach pie, this one here. You can see it's been a bit messed up. So I might, let's have a look and see what we can do with this. All right, so I'm thinking a piece underneath and maybe a little bit, try and stick with the sketch a little bit closer this time and actually make it more square like the sketch was. So let's have a quick look again. So here's our sketch. So this piece underneath is a bit more square. Just ignore the leaves that I stamped on that before. And I'm going to, let's start by making it 3 3/4. I may end up cutting this down by, well, let's go a little bit bigger. I can always cut it down. All right, so that's a bit more square, but it is going to be too wide. All right, you can see it's almost off the edges here. So let's make it smaller. And let's make that 3.5. I'm going to go 3.5 by 3.5 now. This is inches I'm talking. And I'm thinking maybe, is it still too big? Let's see what this one looked like. Yeah, maybe. But I'll come back to that. All right, so that's looking pretty nice. And then I'm thinking I'll do a white piece on top. So let me grab a piece of white cardstock. Pieces all over the place here. There's another one. And I think I will make that a bit smaller. So let's go 3. I'll go 3 by 4, and then I can always cut it down a bit more if I want to. So you can see this time, this one actually comes down. I'm going to try and make it closer to the original. So that's like that. And then this piece is like that. There you go. That's closer to the original. So I've got a new set that goes with this, and I haven't even used it yet. This is the Flowers of Beauty set. This has just arrived, and I'm actually thinking that I will, you know what, I haven't decided whether I want to stick with the white. The white might not be the way I want to go. These are really pretty, you guys. Look at these. So we've got like these ones here. Now this looks like it would go on here. I wonder if it does. Let's try. And I'm going to go, I'm thinking I'll go peach pie, and maybe I noticed in the paper they've also used Calypso Corals, so maybe I'll use those 2 colors and it'll be quite peachy, but that's not a bad thing. So let's try this and see how it goes. So I'm going to go in, oh, I just realized my peach pie is already packed up for a class next week. So let me grab it. I've got my Hunter Valley class next week. And let's try this. So this is peach pie. It's on its way to orange. It's quite a dark peach in my opinion, which I kind of like. I really like the color. Now I'm just wondering whether this one here will match up with that. Does it? or should I have used the other one? Oh, let's just play with it. And if it doesn't look right, I can always turn it over and do the other side. So, you know what? When you're not sure, a really great way to go is to turn over, is to look at the page in the catalogue. So let's have a very quick look at the page where these are. And let's see what they've done. So, oh, there's another piece of shisha in there. Let's have a look. So I'm looking for the, there it is. Let's look at some samples here. They've done a lot with the dies and probably a little less with the stamps. So, well, there you go. They're showing it here. So they've got like little flowers in the middle of the bigger flowers, but it's on the piece that I didn't use. It's on the other piece. So this one, let me try that. So this one's a bit finer. Can you see that? And let's try I'm wondering if I'm going to want to stamp this off so I can use the little flowers darker. Maybe. Oop. It wants to stay on there. So much for my let's do a simple card, you know me. I want to stamp it off. Now, let's see where this will go. So let's look at the one in the catalogue again. I've stamped that off because I don't want it to be too dark. And I'm looking at this one here. So the three little flowers, this one here, the three little flowers are up the top. So that's this way. I don't think it really matters which way it goes. You kind of make it go anywhere. Can you see how that's kind of adding some extra color in there? I don't know whether you do that with this one as well, but you maybe could. And then let me get another block, and I'm going to do the Calypso Coral again, but I'm going to add these little flowers in the center of those other ones. So this is a two-step stamp set, and you can see there's a couple of different ones that match each other. So for example, these match up with these two flowers match up together, and one colors the other one in. I love two-step stamp sets that do that. I think that's such a nice way to go. Right, so I'm going to add my Calypso Coral. I'm not going to stamp it off this time. And let's see if I can do this so it looks like it's in the middle of the other ones. That looks good. Right about there. I don't know if you can see, you've got the darker little flowers in the middle of the other flowers. Can you see that? You like the second stamped image? This one? Or you mean... I'm wondering if I can add some of these to this one as well. Why not? Let's just do it. So this one's got the two layers, and this one I'm just gonna whack them on there just to see what it looks like. See, that's nice. So you've got a few choices here with this one. It's a nice stamp set for layering. And I'm wondering if I want to add anything else to this. I'm just looking at my other little flowers. These are really nice too. So what if let's have a little bit more fun with it. Do the outline. I'm going to do that on B block or C block would work for this. This is B. And let's do a couple of flowers around the edges just for fun. That might do. I don't want to go overboard. And then I noticed that my pecan pie, can you see it's leaking a little bit around the edges here? So just be careful when the stamps, when the ink pads are new, sometimes you need to go over them, massage it in with a spoon, and maybe even take a little of the ink off, because that happens sometimes. I'm just looking to see if I have another. Oh, this is C, but that will do. And let's add the colouring on that. Yeah, this is a very wet ink pad. I really need to probably give it a good treatment with some with a spoon. Now, it doesn't matter if it doesn't perfectly line up, this one. There we go. So you can have a bit of fun with this. I'm going to use it a lot more. I can see, like I said, I've only just got it. So let me grab, I'm going to go in here into my Calypso Coral, and I want to go all the way around. Just I'm being lazy again, doing the edges. Like so. And then the last thing I think I want to do, let me have a quick look and see if I have a blending brush with the right colour. And I'm going to go in with my lighter colour, which is the peach pie, and I'm going to give it a bit more colour here at the bottom. And let's just build up that colour a little bit. But I don't want to do too much. I just want to probably about a third of the way, not quite half. And then I'm going to add my darker colour. Oh, look, I've got ink everywhere. Look at that. That's not good. Thankfully, I have a cloth here ready to wipe up my hands. And guess who's going to be giving that ink pad a bit of treatment? So it's probably just as well I did pull it out of the bag. Right, a bit darker here on the edges. Now this is peach pie and this one here. So you can see how nice those two look together. It is a really nice stamp set, Anne. It's lovely. Definitely something worth having. All right, so these, if I was going to have this one going this way and this one going this way, what do we think? Do we like it on the white background, or do you think it would have been better on a peach pie piece of cardstock, the base? I'm thinking I might just leave it as it is for this particular time. And I do like it. So I'm going to actually put this one down flat. See all the nice colours. This colour, this piece is is it Pool Party or Summer Splash? I think it's Pool Party and Petunia Pop in this particular piece, and that's a really nice combo as well. So many good colours in it. All right, so let's pop that here on a bit of an angle. How did we go with the angle challenge? I think we did okay, because I wasn't sure about how it was going to go, and we've managed it. So 1 and 2. Something that you guys might like, and I think that's why sometimes people do like to watch me, is you get to see my thought process as I'm creating, because I'm literally, well, almost always creating cards that I've never, I don't know what I'm going to create until I do my video, and that way you guys get to be part of that whole thought process, how it all comes together. And I actually think that that's a good thing, because one thing I would like to something I would like to always do is be transparent about how I come up with ideas and that sort of stuff, so that you guys get an idea for how you might do it yourself. You know, I mean, my whole thing is I'm trying to help you guys experiment and get inspired and be creative, and I think sketches are a great way to do that. All right, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm deciding whether or not I would like to have a banner. Let's have a look and see. This one we had, I don't want to put this on here. It's going to cover up too much. I think we would want to have a small banner again. The other thing we could do, because this is a little bit up from the bottom, is we could put something across the bottom down here. So that would also work. And also, if I'm going to have bling, I would probably use the gems again. I would go with these and put on these little guys, the peach pie ones. I think those are really nice. That would be a great little oh, and that's why I was going to use some sparkly paper, wasn't I, on the other card, and I never did, but that's okay. But we could add it on this piece of paper. No reason on this card, no reason why we couldn't, right? Oh, hello, Julianne. Nice to see you here. Thank you for joining us. Oh, very in your face. Do you think it's in your face? Oh, good. Great. The blending does definitely makes a difference. It pulls it all together, doesn't it? So that's kind of nice. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to leave this card as it is tonight, and I'm actually going to add my sentiment after and show you guys probably in my either tomorrow or the day after for my when I post it online. I post them on Instagram, and I also post them on my Facebook page, so you will see it appear in one of those two places. But I really like how the sketch turned out. I think it's a really fun idea, you know, and you'll see me doing a lot of these sketches, like I said, hopefully one a week over the next few weeks. Now I want to move this out of the way, and I did want to show you guys something that I think is a bit of fun. I wanted to show you a few of the gifts that we got while I was in Mexico, and some of them you may have seen already. This is a little bag that we were given, like a little beach bag, and I did use it while I was there. It's beautiful. It's handmade by the local ladies on the peninsula where we were, and this is really nice. First time watching, welcome. I hope you'll come back again maybe another time. The girls here are great. And this is a little Stampin' Up. You can see it, Stampin' Up logo there on the bag. It's super nice, and I've bought it because I've got some things inside that I wanted to show you a few of the gifts that we got while we were away. So this is a little fan, which actually came in rather handy because it was very hot where we were, very humid, and you can see it's got a little Stampin' Up little tag on it there as well. Super nice. Once again, a handmade one. We got to choose what color we wanted, and I chose the green. Other gifts that we got, I got some of that fantastic Full of Life 6x6 paper, which is in our new catalogue. You'll see me using this over the next few weeks. I did get a beauty of, so we got a mix of product and just gifts because, right, the Beauty of the Deep stamp set, which I didn't have, so I'm very happy to have it. Now, of course, I'll need to get the dies, but that's okay. Other things we got to pick these. This is like some little handmade felt creations, and we got to pick which ones we wanted. I chose the cactus. I really liked it because I think it's colorful and happy and super nice, and it looks good with my fan. And then the one that I really liked, because we got to pick two. The other one I really liked was this one. How gorgeous is this? Isn't she beautiful? Look at her. So you can hang her. I will hang her up here near my desk. And you got to choose what colors you wanted. And I really like this color combo. And I thought, well, that's a nice combo for a card. So what would these colors be? I don't know. Is this cherry cobbler? This blue, we don't really have a color like that. But I guess the closest color to that is maybe Lost Lagoon, I think. And then we have basic beige. And we have, this is, oh, dare I say it? It looks like chocolate chip, doesn't it? But it's not. It's like, Pebble Path. Pebble Path is probably the closest color to that. And this one looks like crumb cake. And this, I'm not sure. What color do you think this would be? I just think it's so pretty. And that would make a really nice card. Oh, thanks, Sherry, for commenting on that. The sweet out of stock. Okay. So the reason that in the reason that the suite that is out of stock, the one that's out of stock in Australia at the moment, is the Unbounded Love Suite, and the reason why is because the resin dots are out of stock. Everything else is available, but if you wanted to buy the whole suite, you can't because the resin dots are out of stock, and I'm waiting for them to come in. But they are super nice. I feel like I should give her a name. What shall we call her? Absolutely. Crumpet and Merlot do not get to play with these guys. They're too nice. I know we got some beautiful things. And then this is something we all got to choose, a little bag. And you were told that in the bag was your spirit animal. I got a turtle. And I looked up what that means, and it's a protective spirit animal. So I'm not quite sure exactly what that means. I probably need to do more reading up on it. But isn't he cute? Really, really pretty. Hand painted. Super nice. Chiquita. Ooh, that's a cool name. Maybe I will call her that. Or Frida. Yes. There's lots and lots of, I came across quite a lot of Frida Kahlo kind of dolls and things like that. So either one of those names would work very, very well. This is a card that was in the colours. And this is a new embossing folder. This one's called, is it Cute Crochet? It's on, if you're looking for the, and I would like to buy it actually, because I really love, they're on page 129. It's this one, number 2. It says, it's the Cute Crochet 3D embossing folder. But I also like the dashing designs. Both of those look like they could be crocheted, in my opinion. They're really, really, they've got some really nice new embossing folders. And I've got a couple on their way to me right now, which I'm looking forward to. But this was made in the colours, and there's just a little card from Shelley and Sarah. Super, super nice. I love all these colours together. Maybe I should do a card with those for you soon. And this is one final gift I'm going to show you tonight. There are other gifts, but this is the last one I wanted to show this time. This was on our in our rooms on the last day when we came home from our adventures, and it's a 6x8 scrapbooking album. We sell these. I love them. Very, very handy. But if you wanted to do a particular occasion, so I did one of these for my mother and for my mother-in-law when I got married. So a 6x8 album each with all of our wedding snaps in it. But this is one they have done for us with the page protectors in it partially already filled in. All we have to do is add our photos and some words if we want to. And you can see they've used all the Mexico. Isn't this cool? I thought this is such a thoughtful gift. So all we have to do is add our photos. So, you know, you could add photos of your friends. Adios. Adios, amigos. All the cool things. All right. So you can take any of these out if you want to add photos. Hasta la próxima. I actually don't know what that means. Does anyone know what that means? It sounds like in Proxima, it sounds like it's, you know, close proximity, doesn't it? Hola. Viva Mexico. More friends. Aren't these lovely? So there's some that have already, you know, they're not every single one is taken up because you've got room for photos, but you can also take out any that you would like to. I just thought this was such a cool idea. The measurements of the sketches on page 20. No, you kind of make it up as you go along. Oh, I don't know. What was the name of the turtle in Finding Nemo? That's a good question. Does anyone know? Has anyone watched Finding Nemo with their kids so many times that they know the name of the turtle? And at the back here, we have some stickers. Look, see some stickers that we can add to our photos. I just thought this was such a nice, thoughtful gift. And so you've got all your little words in here and little Stampin' Up stickers. Aren't these cute? Love them. And they're nice, thick stickers, so, you know, you can just peel them off and add them to the pages or the photos as you wish. And I just thought this is such a thoughtful gift for them to give us, and I definitely want to fill it up with some of my favourite photos from the trip. Crush, that's it. Lorraine's watched it. There you go. Donna, did you see that? Lorraine said his name was Crush. Got to go, Christine. Chris, I have a stamp set that I'm holding on to for you. So I think it was you that wanted that set. So if you want to send me a message and we can sort that out. Ah, so like until next time. That's what it means, right? So hasta la próxima means until you're nearby. So until next time. That's super nice. And thank you for finding that out. Anyway, this is our little Mexico album that we can now fill in with all the photos, and then we also had the card with it as well. And I think it's super, super nice. So there you go. Ah, that's a good thing to hear. I didn't know that, Marilyn. So someone said that the album was Sarah's idea. It sounds like something that she would suggest because she loves to scrapbook, so it's kind of her thing. And I think that's a really nice touch, especially with scrapbooking making a little bit of a comeback at the moment. All right, so I hope you enjoyed my cards tonight, and I hope you enjoyed seeing some more of my gifts and bits and pieces. And put all these back in the bag. And I'll add a sentiment to this and finish this one off. But we have this one. We have one finished card at least, right? And they're my cards tonight. What did you think? Do we like them? Do you have a favorite? I think if I hadn't added the blending to this, it would have been a little bit meh. But with this blending, it really lifts the whole card. Don't you agree? Oh, Squirt was the turtle's name. I thought it was Crush. Was Crush somebody else? I don't know. All right, you guys. Well, it's been lovely spending some time with you tonight. A real live time. I have my son home for the weekend tomorrow, and that's, well, he came home today actually, and he's gone out tonight, but then he'll be back again tomorrow, and then heads back to Port Macquarie on Sunday. So it'll be nice to see him for Mother's Day, which will be lovely. Ah, Crush was the dad. Right. That makes sense. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with me. Let me switch back. Here I am. I hope that you've enjoyed this. Please give the sketches a go. And my little challenge to those of you who are in my VIP group, which is my group, my Facebook group for my Australian customers and followers, if you would like to have a go at this particular sketch, remember it's the #1 sketch on page 22 of the new catalogue, have a go and post it in our VIP group. I'd love to see what you come up with. There'll be lots and lots of different things, and that's the great thing about sketches. It gives you a starting place, but it doesn't limit you to colours, or it doesn't limit you to any particular items. You really can play around with it and just stick with the sketch, but in items of your choice, and that makes it really, really helpful. All right. Thank you, guys. Everyone, happy Mother's Day. If I don't see you, I will be back on Sunday night for anyone who would like to join me. Otherwise, have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.